Hi everyone, it's Sam from Sitemate. In this video, we're going to look at how we can use the Sitemate links feature in Dashpivot for inductions, which is going to allow anyone to submit an induction form into our Dashpivot account without them actually needing a Dashpivot login. So instead, what they'll do is they'll complete that induction via the Sitemate app and submit it from their Sitemate app into your Dashpivot account. And this can work really well because it enables you to collect inductions or inductions to be submitted before someone even arrives at your site. So that can be really handy. The other thing I want to show you in this video is how we can set up a QR code poster for this link so that you can stick them on the walls at your site office, and when someone arrives at the site, they can scan that link and then it will open up the induction form for them to submit. Again, this is all done via the Sitemate app, and we'll take a look at what that looks like from the worker's perspective as they're submitting that into Dashpivot. So here we are in Dashpivot. The first thing is we need to make sure that we're in the folder where we want all of our inductions to be submitted into. So in this case, it's our site team folder. So I'm going to go in there and go to the template section. You can see we already have an induction template set up, which is great. All we need to do now is create a link for it. So we need to go to the links tab. You can see that in this section we have two different types of links. We have single submissions and we have ongoing submissions. For something like an induction, we're going to use the single because the person submitting that induction is only going to need to do that just once. So it is free for users to download and install the Sitemate app, but it will also be free for them to submit that single submission. So what we need to do is under single submission Sitemate links, click this green button to create a new link. We need to give it a name. Let's just call it induction. And then we need to select our induction template, which is this one here, and click the green button to generate it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Looks like it's been successful. And from here, there's sort of two ways that we can then distribute that link to the potential or the relevant people to submit that induction back into Dashpivot. The first is to just copy this link and then send it to the relevant people via SMS or via email. When they click on the link on their phone, it'll open up the Sitemate app. They'll enter in the link and then they'll be able to submit the induction. What's neat about this option is that you don't necessarily need to know who will actually submit the induction. You just need to send out the link to the relevant person who can then send on or forward that link to the relevant people. And then they can click on that link and then start to submit that induction form. The other option is to download a QR code poster for your induction link and stick that around the site walls of your site office. And when someone scans that with their smartphone, it will open up that link and enable them to fill out that induction via the Sitemate app and submit it, again, back into your Dashpivot account. So we're going to download that poster. I want to show you what it looks like. And then we're going to take a look at how we can actually scan that using the app. So let's download the poster and open that up. You can see it comes out looking nice and professional. It's got your logo up the top. It'll have the link name, which is just induction. Nice big QR code, easy for our smartphone to scan. And then it's got some instructions here for anyone who's reading this poster about how to actually scan this and what the steps are to actually submit the induction via the Sitemate app. So it's got all the instructions. There's some information about the app stores, as well as some detail at the bottom about where exactly in Dashpivot the submissions are going to end up. So I've actually pre-prepared one of these and stuck it on the wall. So we're going to take a look at what that looks like now from the worker's perspective, the person who's going to be completing that induction and submitting it. But for now, because we've set up the link, all we need to do is click Done. You can see here that we have our link. You can see that we can copy that link, and there are some other shortcuts here to download the poster or to edit this link or archive it if we don't want anyone to submit the inductions anymore. And then we're going to switch over now to the app. So from the inductee's perspective, the person who's completing that induction, let's assume that they arrive on the site. What they can do is click on the camera. And let's say that you've got a QR code poster like this on the wall. So you can just scan that. You can see that the link appears at the very top. So we can just click on that and see that that opens up our browser. So it's got information here. It tells us it's for the induction. it's prompting us to install the app, and it's giving us this code. We're going to need that code in just a moment, so I'm going to copy that and install the app. Now on my device, I actually already have the Sitemate app installed, so for me, all I need to do is click Open and head to the Forms tab at the bottom. So here you can see there's nothing in here just yet. We need to click Add Forms and then paste in that link that we just copied. So that'll go in this box here, and then click Submit, and it's added that form into our app. So from here, you can see we've got the induction. It says it's a single submission, which means as soon as we submit the form, it's going to disappear from our app. So let's go ahead and start to fill this out. So let's tap on it. You can see that we've got a date field up the top, which we can populate. You can see there's some information that we would need to populate into this table here. If we scroll down, there are some other sections for uploading attachments like our competencies, our VOCs, licenses, that type of thing. I'm going to skip over all of that. Obviously, if I was doing this properly, I'd be filling out all of these fields. And then all I need to do is sign this and then click the Submit button up the top. And you can see that it's now submitting that into the Dashpivot account. It's taken us to the Activity tab in the Sitemate app. So this is just a log of all of the forms that we've submitted from the Sitemate app so far. So the most recent one up the top is our induction. So that's the one that we see, and it says that it's now been submitted. And if we go back to the Forms tab, as the person who's just been inducted, I don't see any more induction forms here. That has been completed and submitted. So now let's switch back and go back into Dashpivot and see what that looks like. Go to Templates, find our induction, and you can see we actually did a few. There's a couple here, and this is the one that we did earlier today, a couple minutes ago. So we can open that one up. We can see all of the details, etc. What's neat about this is that if you've got hundreds of these inductions flowing in, we've got our register view. And what's neat about this is that we can then filter by a specific person. Maybe if we have a field for like their company or the induction date and things like that, we can filter by that and pull up very specific records. So it's very easy to search through this whole register view and pull up the relevant induction forms. So if you have any questions or get stuck with any of this, feel free to reach out to our team via the live chat just on the Dashpivot website. We also have in our Help Center, we have a bunch of tutorial videos that cover other use cases for the Sitemate Links feature, including timesheets, pre-starts, site check-ins, incident reports, things like that. So feel free to have a look at those. We also have other videos covering off other areas of Dashpivot and different features like the analytics, the templates, photos, etc. So feel free to check those out. That pretty much winds up this video. I hope that the induction process using Sitemate Links will be useful for you, and thanks for watching.